So you might be wondering what our process is. And the very first step is making sure that we have the right coach for the client.
That is something that we find to be very important so that we can effectively come into the lives of our clients. So be able to work with them and meet them where they're at. And for that, we need to make sure that they trust the person that they're working with and they can grow with the person that they're working with.
Yeah, each client is going to have their needs and each coach has their strengths. So it's really important to fit the coach with the client. We don't believe in a one size fits all approach, which I do think sets us apart and sets coaching apart. Things like treatment and therapy, it is really kind of one modality and the client has to fit into what that modality is. With coaching, we're making sure that we are fitting into what the client needs. And so after we find the right coach for the client, we'll come up with a plan based on what the client's needs are. And that's going to be different. So do you want to talk about some examples of things that we do with clients?
We work very much on like a very wide range. And so some of the things we do are executive functioning skills, and that might look different for every single client. Accountability in terms of appointments, it might be, or financial literacy, or future goals, and all these things to curate the life that they want and so that they can live their authentic life.
Yeah, we help clients get jobs. We help them take next steps. We really kind of walk clients through adulting and learning how to do things on their own. We don't just tell them what to do. We show them how to do it, and then we ask them to do it themselves as well. So really, it's just different life skills that each person is going to need. And the coach is there to really help give them that support and guidance through every step of the way so they can actually create real life change. Another thing that's important to us is authenticity, really helping the clients create a life that they're excited about and taking these baby steps into achieving this whole world that makes them want to stay and not relapse and not go back into their old habits of behavior because they finally see some change and some results and something that they can get really excited about.
Absolutely. And then just that ability and that knowledge to curate the life that they want and to have the space in their life to be where they want to be, but also the necessary skills to get there.
Yeah. Some other things that we do is we work with the families. So I think that really sets us apart. And in my experience, working with the families has been not just beneficial for the clients, but for every single family member. It's important that we recognize that mental illness and addiction really affects more than just the clients. The entire family is affected by this. And so the entire family does need healing and support. So what I think is really great about our program is that we provide a lot of compassion for all ends of the spectrum. And we give the family some education on why their child might be working in this capacity or where their needs are and how they can be of service and help themselves as well. So everyone gets support here, not just the client.
Because support looks different, and sometimes we need to understand our kids or our sisters, whoever it may be, a little bit more, and that understanding really allows for a lot of growth.
Yeah, and it leads to like lifelong lasting change, and that's really what we're looking for. We're looking to help clients create an authentic life to them, but something that's also sustainable. We don't want to set them up for something that isn't realistic, and we want to be able to give them small wins along the way to work on their self-esteem, to work on their happiness. And it's not just about staying sober. It's not just about staying healthy. It's really about living authentically in alignment with your values and who you are and what your own strengths are. And a lot of times I've found that clients aren't really going to listen to their parents because you're their parents. What do you know? Whatever, but they'll listen to another party, especially when we build that trust. And so I found that coaches are really great buffers for the family to kind of mediate both ends so that the family can go back to just being a family member and not have to be the micromanager, not have to be the one that's in charge of their loved one's recovery. They can go back to being the partner, to being the mother, to being the father, and having those types of relationships, and then lean on us to really do the heavy lifting and let them know that everything is good, and trust that we'll let them know if it's not.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Taking that responsibility away and putting it onto a third party so that the relationship with family members can just be that, a family relationship.
Another part of what we do is accountability. So we will make sure that the clients are getting to their appointments on time. We make sure that they are using their executive functioning skills and hold them accountable. So it's not just, did you do this thing? It's show me that you did this thing. Text me after you did this. And the accountability, I think, really does get people to take that action, because we're not just waiting for another week until our next session to go over what happened. We're actually in real time checking in, and we really integrate ourselves into the client's life so that we can help them take those next steps and recognize when the resistance is coming up in real time and helping them work through it, not just after the fact.
Yeah. And with that approach, it really does give our clients the confidence that they can do these things. And us being there and holding them accountable is just another way to prove to them how capable they are.
Yeah.